YouTube, what's going on? BD Wolfgang 1980 here, aka Bezell, the man that seems the place to be in the QCNC. Welcome into your Lucha Underground review for November the 26th, 2014. Before we get started, I just want to wish everyone out there who celebrates it, if you're here in America, happy Thanksgiving. I'm up bright and early this morning, going to already get my meal started for later. Let's get down to the Lucha Underground review. Once again, another interesting, another fun show. Let's get down to it. Show started with an extra long recap this time, pretty much showing all the main storylines from every episode this season so far. Really good setup for tonight's episode. From there, we get a backstage scene. Dario Cueto in Dario's office. Conan says Prince Puma wanted to meet you face to face tonight so he could bash your skull in, but I stopped him because of everything that happened last week. Obviously, there's a little bit of a misunderstanding because Dario says, hey, I'm not in control of, Ryck and Cortez and Cisco. That's Ryck's doing. Then Conan says, well, then you won't have any problem, giving Puma a match tonight with Ryck. Dario agrees. From there, let's see. Conan also says he wants what's called a Boyle Heights match. Dario looks a little confused. Boyle Heights. Conan says, in case you don't know what that is, that's street fight. Anything goes. No rules. Let's do this. Puma wants a piece of Ryck. Let's make this happen, since you have nothing to do with it. Dario agrees. From there, Dario says, I'll drink to that. Has a nice drink poured. Gets ready to take a sip. Conan takes it from him. Drinks it down first. Says gracias. Gives Dario back the empty glass. Conan walks out. Dario takes the glass and dumps out the ice in disgust. Looks a little curtailed by what just happened. Nice opening segment. As usual, Dario delivered. Conan, he just does what he does. Good job. Good opening start to the show. From there, we go to the temple. Mil Muertes versus Drago is our first match of the evening. From the get-go, Muertes tries to bully Drago, but Drago uses his speed, as you would expect, to stay safe, to kind of stay in control. He does deliver a wonderful, beautiful corkscrew crossbody off the top rope. Also, he gets cut off, though, by Muertes with a nasty standing power slam. And guys, gals, if you saw this spot in particular, it was nasty. It didn't look the cleanest. From there, let's see. Nasty standing power slam. King Cuerno is shown standing up on that upper tier, that platform that's up above the ring. He's shown there. He's standing watch or surveying his prey, as the announcer said. From there, the crowd is completely behind Drago. Muertes hits a nice running power slam, reminding me of the late great British Bulldog. Tornado DDT from Drago to Muertes. Now the finish comes when Drago jumps off the top rope. I don't know if he was going for a double arm axe handle or something like that, but he jumps off the top rope. Muertes catches him midair with a very vicious spear. From there, he does his flatliner. We get a 1, we get a 2, we get a 3. And the winner, Mil Muertes. From there, Katrina comes in the ring. She does her usual, stands over the loser. She does give him the lick to the face. Also, from there, we're reminded that Muertes hasn't lost a match here in Lucha Underground so far. So from there, Cuerno makes his way down to the ring. He takes advantage of the hurt Drago and pours salt on the wound with a modified Michinoku driver. From there, we get a cut scene. We're backstage, kind of a cut scene promo, or as we said, we coined the phrase last week around here, a docu promo. Somebody's gonna steal that, you white. But anyway, we have Johnny Mundo talking. He's training. He also says that he's had many names, but here in Lucha Ground, you can call me Mundo. My whole career, I've broke the rules and challenged authority. I ascended to the edge of greatness. Politics got in the way. I refused to kiss butt and play their games. So I took my ball and I came home. I've had a lot of fun doing other things in the meantime. Showed him with women, showed cameras flashing. If you're familiar with John Morrison or John Hennigan, he had a little bit of acting going on during his time off. So they kind of teased some of that. He's had some fun doing other things. But when you heard Lucha Underground was looking for the best fighters, I had to come for my pride and I had to come for honor, not fame. Johnny Mundo will be greatness. Good promo. And guys, if you're familiar with him, just like you know who he is. He wasn't the best on a hot mic back in the day, and that's fine. He could deliver in the ring. I think he's got a lot better. I'm sure there's a lot of all right, cut, action on some of these promos, and that's fine too. At the end of the day, it's just a show. At the end of the day, we enjoy it. We're not here to pick it apart, but I do like Mundo or Morrison, whatever you want to call him. I like him in this format. I think he shines he shines well in it. From there, we get another cutscene. Dario tells Mil Muertes, who's back in the locker room with Katrina, nice victory tonight. Katrina steps up and says, you can try to hide, but we know the secrets. Whenever there's someone around us that has something to do with the darkness, we know. And Muertes saw in you a long time ago the darkness. She comes up close to him, teases an embrace, but then reaches around his chest and pulls out a necklace that Dario has obviously been hiding from us. It had thick beads and rope. We did not see what was on the end of it. As far as it looked like it had some type of amulet on it because her hand was full when she took it out, but we never got to see it. So obviously that's a tease and a build-up for later. Dario walks away looking a little, I don't know if he looked angered, confused, shocked that they knew his secret. I'm not sure. Guys, comment down below. Tell me what you thought of how he looked. From there, it's match time. Son of Abbott comes out. He's got Ivelisse with him versus Masquerita Sagrada. Once again, Sagrada, hey, don't let the size fool you. Let's get this match going. Good lucha work from the get-go. The usual spots. Sagrada hits some good arm drags. He hits a tilt-a-whirl hurricanrana. Also, he's in control until Son of Havoc starts to bully, tries to embarrass. He does a press slam. He's obviously picking on Sagrada's size. He also does a nicely delivered standing moonsault. They also show, just for a little while, just for a second, an unknown woman watching this match. She did look like a luchador. Now, I'm lost. If some of you were too, that's fine. If some of you out there know who this was, comment down below. Tell me who this was. Try not to go too far in it if it's something that can ruin a good story. But if you're familiar with her, just say, hey, Bezell, yeah, you're gonna like her, or yeah, we know who she is. Try to keep it a little spoiler free down there. But yeah, if you know who she is, say, hey, Bezell, yeah, you're gonna like her, or we know who she is. From there, we get let's see, we have a holy bleep moment, which was a head first dive to the outside from Masquerita to poor Ivelisse. Now, it was hard to see a little bit. I'm not sure if he really overdid it or she didn't catch him right, but it almost looked like he landed head first. Comment down below. That looked like a real nasty one on that one. But the finish comes when we have a double tilt-a-whirl into a nice roll-up, and then Masquerita gets the 1, 2, 3, gets the pin over Son of Havoc. Good, fun match. Once again, I go back to this. Who was the woman that they showed watching the match? From there, here's an interesting one. We have an intergender match. And usually when I say that, you know who's coming. The strong, the powerful, the brave, sexy Star. She's going up against Chavo Guerrero. Star steps right up from the bell ringing. Punches, forearms, doesn't pull in the punches for Chavo. But unfortunately, neither does Chavo. He comes out. He does a lot of manhandling to Star. Star does end up coming back with a hurricanrana that throws Chavo outside. She gets a chair, okay? Hey, she's ready to get some payback, The ref tries to stop her, but she's not having it. She actually delivers a low blow to the ref. The ref is out of the picture. She's teasing Red to rock Chavo's skull. Chavo's begging for mercy at this point, folks. All of a sudden, Pentagon Jr. runs in. He grabs a chair from Star. He seems, and this is where it was a little confusing because they really didn't confirm this. Comment down below with your own theories. But it seemed to me like he was working with Chavo. At first, he acted like he was kind of neutral or maybe was coming to Star's aid. But then he kind of acted like he was working with Chavo, or he might just be playing a lone wolf type deal. Comment down below with your theories. But he grabs a chair. He teases, which is why I use that word, teases, like he's working with Chavo. He's ready to attack Star. But all of a sudden, the athletic Phoenix, he comes down to the ring. He helps Star. He cleans house. Maybe we're looking at a tag team match for next week. Let's, hey, Phoenix is the man. I like to see more of his in-ring work. Pentagon isn't bad either, too. I like him. And Star, she can rock and roll. So, once again, just good action. Not necessarily a match, but just set up something probably for next week. This will probably be a match next week. All righty. It's main event time. Once again, already. Lucha Underground, the show that flows. I mean, man, just good action, good story. You don't really even have time to get up and go anywhere. And that's what I want with my wrestling shows. I know you do too, guys and gals. Let's get down to it. Prince Puma comes out. Big Ryck is going to be his opponent. Now, Big Ryck doesn't come alone. He has Cisco and Castro with him. From there, as soon as we get to the ring, let's go Puma chants are starting to echo in the temple. Puma tries to go toe-to-toe with Ryck. Come on now, Puma. I know you're the Aztec warrior, but don't do that. But obviously, to no avail. Ryck that assault from Puma doesn't last long because Ryck immediately cuts him off. He starts to ground him with big-time cupping blows, big-time stomps, big-time Irish whips into the corner, using that power, making them pay. Also some big slams. Cisco and Cortez don't stay out long. They run in, but Puma actually takes care of them really quickly, one with an arm drag, and then a Hurricane Rana that throws the other one outside. He even hits Ryck with a nice tornado DDT that Ryck sold pretty well for a big guy. Comment down below. Let's see. Then he hits all three men from the outside, running over the top rope with, I believe it was a 480 corkscrew crossbody. Now here's where it got interesting, guys. He hits this beautiful corkscrew, lands on his feet. That's right. Didn't even need to be caught outside. Now the guys outside were ready to catch him. He completely hit them with the corkscrew, and I guess he kind of like bounced off of them with his momentum, still landing on his feet. It was amazing. Once again, Prince Puma does not, disappoint. Puma chants echo through the temple. Ryck does get back in control with a huge back elbow. Once again, Ryck with that power. They show Cortez, who was actually outside, and he's bloody. There we go. We have our first taste of blood in the Lucha Underground. Ryck from there gets a trash can, sets it up in between the ring post, in between the turnbuckles. He delivers a nasty Irish whip to Puma, who goes directly into that trash can. From there, he does a gorilla press slam, which he makes sure Puma's face lands face first into the turnbuckle. So he did it at an angle into the turnbuckle. Cortez and Cisco come in, take back over. Actually, Ryck pulls up a chair, literally, and sits down while Cortez and Cisco just go to town on poor Puma. From there, Puma comes back, and it was literally out of nowhere. He hits a DDT/cutter to Cisco and Cortez at the same time. Now, try to imagine this, guys and gals, if you didn't see it. He has one in a DDT position, and the other one pretty much was facing front in like a stunner position, but I guess you would say it would be front facing. So he had one under, one over, and both men landed on their head. It was a nice move. It was a really cool spot. Check it out. Okay, here we go. And from there, he delivers a nice seated drop kick to Ryck, who was still sitting in the chair, guys. What a match. Puma gets a kendo stick, and he starts to go to town, beating on all three men, but Ryck starts to no-sell and becomes angry. So he's pretty much selling the fact that he's hulking up. Puma's hitting him with that kendo stick to no avail. Ryck gets in his face, ends up clotheslining Puma into next week. What a vicious clothesline. From there, guys, we get a ladder introduced into the ring. Ryck throws Puma onto it. Ryck gets a table, puts that into the ring. Now, from there, Cortez and Cisco, they hang Puma upside down on a ladder, almost like in a tree or woe position. They actually are holding his arms as well. So he is completely trapped. He cannot move. From there, Johnny Mundo comes out. Now, he comes out up on that upper platform where Cuerno was watching earlier. Not only does he jump into the ring, literally, he jumps into the ring off of that upper platform, does a roll to break his fall. It was clearly like something you would see in a movie. It was a really cool spot. Check it out. You definitely want to, if you don't see anything from tonight's episode, check out this main event. But you better watch the whole episode. If you watch the main event, you're going to want more. Watch the whole episode. He jumps off that upper platform, breaks his fall with a roll into the ring. Very good technique, guys. Check it out. He attacks Ryck with a spinning heel kick, gives some for Cisco, as well as Cortez. He ends up spearing Big Ryck. He mounts Big Ryck, starts to lay the punches to Big Ryck as well. Looking really strong here. He gets the chair. Now he's ready to swing it and knock Ryck into next week, but Ryck ducks, and Puma gets hit instead. And poor Puma gets laid out, guys. So now here we go in typical wrestling fashion. The way this went down, I'm not sure if Mundo was ready to say, you want violence, here's violence, I'm just going to beat up everybody, or it was really clearly a mistake. And the announcers teased that notion as well. So comment down below with your own theories or what you thought. What did you see? Don't be shy. I appreciate all the views we get on these videos, so I know you're watching. Don't be shy. Comment down below. From there, they Cortez and Cisco, they hit that patented double team finish that they like to do. It's a flapjack into a code breaker, double team style, nicely delivered. At this point, I mean, they're just beating on a bag of sand. I mean, Puma's out. He already took that vicious chair shot. Now he takes this double team move. From there, it's not over yet. They set up that table that Ryck brought in earlier. Ryck rock bottoms him into next week. Puma's done. He's through the table. Pin, you're 1, you're 2, you're 3. Big Ryck is a winner. As Mundo finally comes to, he runs in. He starts to check on Puma. That's how the show ends. We get our credits. Once again, I mean, especially with the absence of TNA wrestling this week, as far as new content, for me, it was a no-brainer. I mean, I could not wait to watch Lucha Underground tonight, or last night, forgive me. Did you enjoy it? I sure hope you did. I most definitely did. My overall thoughts were a good show, as usual. Really good main event, a good ending. What will happen with Puma and Mundo? How's this going to work out? Or will they be too busy dealing with Ryck and his group to fight amongst each other? Of course, Conan is going to have his 2 cents to throw in on this. Will he bring him back up? Will he be too focused on Mundo, butting into Puma's business? What's going to happen with this? This one left a lot of open ends. Very intriguing. That's what I want with my wrestling shows. But what do you want? What would you like to see? Let me know. I definitely would like to hear it. Comment down below. Now, before we go, I would just like to say, once again, have a happy Thanksgiving out there. Hope you, regardless how bad things can be out there, guys and gals, we all have something we can be thankful for. Hey, even if it's just that one friend or maybe your loved one or maybe your good old pal Bezell, because I'm thankful for all of you. So be good to one another. Have a good Thanksgiving. Stay tuned to the channel for all you foodie fans out there. I'm going to try to put up a couple of recipe videos here soon. Stay tuned for, we'll keep our eyes and ears peeled for, any new TNA news that may come down the pipe. Until then, keep checking with the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, what in the world you're waiting for? Share, like, comment. Don't be shy. I'll get back to all the comments. Until then, have a good day out there. Be good to one another, and Bezell out. Peace, everyone.